My mom actually legitimately had a mental health disorder.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily caused by anything aside from trauma. It wasn't intentionally being like, I'm going to not be in your life or I'm going to not step up like I should.
Yeah.
My dad, on the other hand, another fucking story.
I had a
No
good
no
dad.
excuses.
I was lucky. I was a really hard child, for sure.
I was too at a certain point, but for different reasons. I was acting out. I was in a situation in one home where I was being sexually molested, and it went on for a couple years.
I'm sorry
And
that
I
happened.
kept missing the school bus, stuff like that. But then I was the bad kid. And then I get to the next home a year after. They sit me down and they're like, did something happen at this last home? I'm like, no, nothing happened. In my mind, nothing had happened. I must have blocked it out. And then I'm mad about this for so many reasons, and I'll explain why. They literally asked me enough questions that I remembered. Whatever was blocked was no longer blocked. And once I remembered, I've never been able to forget again.
Yeah.
And that fucked me up. And then they were like, that's not true. I didn't get
Jesus.
counseling. I didn't get nothing. It was like, Cassandra, that's not true. And it was very true. So, yeah, I acted out for sure. I was in junior high and I got Athlete of the Year award. I was good, just people were just choosing to only see the bad. I was in a home that I thought was my dad's home. I thought it was my dad at one point for a couple years. And he's not even my dad. They lied to me my whole life. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
Now I'm in an identity crisis at the age of 14, not in a good place mentally. That's when I meet Kyle's dad. 14, he's 20 or 21 at the time. And talk about manipulation. Looking back, nobody stepped in and said, that they were just like, not my problem anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck, who does that? Could you imagine that with our kids? There's a time when not being the best parent where there's legitimate reasons for it. And then there's times when you don't have a reason good enough.
Yeah.
You don't have an
I agree.
excuse. There's no way out of this. Once I found out who my real dad was, we developed a relationship over a couple years. I flew from Nova Scotia to Edmonton when he had his heart attack.
Yeah.
Because I was scared. I care about him a lot. And I don't get that back. So recently I stopped putting into it.
Yeah.
And I don't like doing that either. It sucks and it hurts my heart so much because I just want that normal relationship. But I have to accept that he gave that up a long time ago. He didn't want to be a part of that. When Colton was sick, he couldn't even fly here. And I was like, he's dying. Can you come visit? No. No,
Yeah.
can't.
No, that's fucked.
Are you fucking kidding me? There
For
is
sure.
no excuse for him being like that. And I'm feeling it lately because it's been the last few months that I've started pulling back. And I started being like, no, I'm not going to be the first one to message. I'm not going to be the first one to reach out. I'm not going to be the one to ask how everything's going. And guess what? No communication hardly now.
Yeah.
Why am I always trying? I'm a good person. My kids are amazing. His loss.
Yeah.
But he
for
actually
sure.
acts surprised, like, oh. And I've asked him, and his saying is, it's only time. Time just passes. And yeah, I get that. But no, it's not. Lots of things happen in that time.
Yeah.
And lots of things you miss out on in that time. I guess if you don't
Yeah.
know what you're missing out on, it doesn't affect you maybe, but
Maybe.
no, man. I feel like the trajectory of my life would have been completely different had I had proper supports. And I
Oh,
do
yeah, for
excuse
sure.
my mother. She can't help it.
Yeah.
She tries to be the best person that she can. She helped me a lot, actually, when I was a teen mom. She took Colby for a few months because I couldn't do it. 3 kids at 21, Colton hooked up to a feeding tube 24 hours a day, no oxygen and home care coming in. I was like, what the fuck? I was overwhelmed. But where was my dad?
Yeah.
Nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I wish him the best and I care about him a lot. That'll never change. But I can't
Yeah.
pour when I got nothing left in that cup. There's
Yeah.
nothing there.
I'm a very firm believer.
And I don't think
of
that's a good
being
choice.
honest with your kids. Like when I was young, I was probably
Yeah.
7, and there was this kid in the town, and adults talk about things. This kid was born to a young girl. I don't know how old she was, but then she gave the kid to her parents, and so her parents were raising him, and but didn't know. And like, we're 7, 8 years old, and he didn't know that his parents were his grandparents and his mom was his sister. He didn't know. And so we're out playing, and he was there, and he said something like my mom wants me to go home. And I was like, you mean your grandma? And he was like, no, my mom. And I was like, yeah, but your mom is actually your grandma, isn't she? I'm not trying to tell him, but I'm trying to ask him.
Yeah.
Because it was confusing.
Your mom's your sister.
And
Yeah.
and he went home,
We
asked
found out.
them, and so we blew up his world because
Without
his
even meaning
family-
to or even knowing.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we were just little kids too, and it caused like a conflict between our families forever. Forever, our families hated each other after that, and we weren't allowed to play together.
And why
it was
not
a
just
big-
be honest?
But if
Like,
his
what's
family,
the big deal?
If his family would have been honest with him from the start, then it wouldn't have blown up his world when he was maybe 8 years
It
old.
literally rocks your world. It literally
Oh, I bet.
rocks it. Like,
I bet.
I was just like, who am I? Right? I
Well,
went
and-
from, why did my dad pick my sister and not me to go
I
live with him?
feel-
That was fucked up.
I feel bad for outing them, but at the same time, that wasn't my fault.
Right.
That was their own fault.
It wasn't
for not
intentional.
being honest.
Yeah. Especially in a small town.
But I think you should be honest with your children about important things.
Yeah.
Even if you're
Yeah.
waiting till they're old enough or something. What happens if they find out things before you tell them things, and then they blame you forever for lying to them or
Yeah,
hiding things
and that's
from
and
them.
that's okay. I feel like I can blame. I was a runner, and I was a track and field star. I raced at the Butterdome. I was so good at it, and so was my dad. And I was like, oh, I must have got it from my dad. It wasn't even my dad. And then to find out my dad and my bio dad raced together. So I did actually get it from my dad, but it wasn't even my fucking dad. It was wild. I had a relationship with that whole family as if we were the same blood,
Yeah.
and we weren't.
Yeah,
That made
that's-
me feel like a fucking idiot. And maybe that led to being young and allowing men to lie. That was a thing for me for a long time, just forgiving. I think that our parents' generation was like a hush generation.
Yeah.
It was, you don't have feelings, don't talk about them, and nobody cares. And then our generation is a little bit more open with it, and we're feeling the feelings of this stuff. But now, with the way the world is, you are encouraged to speak about it. And I think this is the best one as far as communication goes. I think it's good to be who you are, regardless
Yeah.
of whether you're broken, whole, trans, bi,
Yeah.
lesbian. I don't care what you are, just be you. And I think this is the first time where it's accepted so openly, and that's good. But it doesn't change that generation.
Yeah, your kids grow up feeling like you wronged them in some way or another, always, and there's no way around that. Your kids are gonna,
that's right.
whether you were too strict or not strict enough, or you let them do things, or
There's
you
always
didn't
gonna be
let them do
something.
things, there's always gonna be something that your kids are gonna grow up feeling like you fucked up somewhere, and that's just the reality of it. If
But
you
the
don't-
ability to talk about those things and enlighten them with the perspectives maybe that they didn't really
Yeah,
have to begin with
to a certain
is a
extent.
game changer.
Like
To-
when
yeah,
your
for
kids
sure.
come to you
But
and
like
they
it
wanna
can
talk
be a
about
game
something-
changer.
Yeah, when your kids come to you and they want to talk about their childhood and how they feel about it, you should take accountability for your actions. You might have fucked up. Take accountability for that, because I think it will
Fuck knows
benefit.
I have.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Conversations do need to be had from parents. Oh, fuck. If my dad would hold himself accountable, it would have been a whole different situation. I'm a big girl, but my kids, not okay.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's not okay.
But then,
there's nothing
in
okay
a
about
situation
that.
like that,
They're probably better off.
they're probably better off.
Yeah. He's a good person. I know that a lot of people hold high respect for him, but they also weren't fucked over by him.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I can explain it. how I feel. And I'm allowed to say what I want about my feelings. And that's how I can explain it. You totally fucked me over.
Yeah.
I used to be such a socialite 7, 8 years ago. I'd have the parties at my house, the potlucks, the game nights, all the things, and I miss all that stuff so bad. And sometimes I miss my hometown. But what I miss isn't there anymore. It's not in these places anymore. I don't trust people on that level anymore. It takes a lot for me to trust people. And I have let a few in over the years, and I've gotten fucking bitten.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I do.
It sucks that we're in a world where this has to be the way that it is.
Also have a really hard time letting people in. Very, very few people get all of me. Maybe why we don't have a lot of friends is because we're too real.
Maybe.
We need the real people, and there's not a lot of those.
Ton of acquaintances. And that's great. And support is amazing. And
I come off as a bad friend.
You care a lot.
Yeah, but I don't message a lot. I don't call anybody without them saying call me or something. I won't call. Very, very, very seldom will I pick up the phone and phone somebody. I don't want to be that person that's calling at the not good time to call. I hate doing that. I don't care if it happens to me. Like,
but it might not even be that. It's just how you think, right? It might not. That might not actually be the situation, but that's how you're thinking about it, and it's making you anxious about it, right?
I won't just.
And then there's me. I'll be like, "Is this a good time?" And they're like, "No," and I'm like, "FaceTime anyways." Hey, and they're just like, "I said it wasn't a good time." I'm like, "This is like 5 minutes." But I'm like,
if you call me at 4 a.m. because you need to talk, if you call me at 4 a.m, I'm sleeping. It'll probably wake me up, but I'm not gonna wake up and be upset that I'm getting woken up. I'll be like, okay, I'm awake. Just give me a second to get my eyes open. Because I don't.
So you're good on the receiving end of that. You're like, bring it to me. I got you. But you're like, I don't want to inconvenience anybody else.
Exactly.
In the same way.
Exactly.
Aw. That sucks. Yeah. That's got to be tough. You can call me anytime. It probably won't wake me up. But if it did, I would talk. Yeah. You care a lot. You have a huge heart. My heart's like this big now, and yours is like this big. Which is probably why we make a good pair on this, because sometimes you're like, we're going to just pull that back. We're taking that out. You can't say that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And you're like, Cassandra. You should.
But that's why I do the editing.
Orange is not your color, bitch. Yeah. You shouldn't feel that way, but you can't help how you feel. So, what do you like? How does one?
I don't know where that came from. I don't know when that happened to me or where it came from. But
someone made you feel like an inconvenience somewhere along the line.
I think multiple people made me feel like an inconvenience.
Probably.
Actually, I really do. I really think it was multiple.
It just doesn't stem from nowhere.
And it's been like that for a long time, so I don't reach out. But if I get a message or a call or anything, I'm there. I'll talk to anybody about anything that they want to talk about, but I won't be the one usually to reach out to somebody.
Yeah.
That'll be weird.
Hello?
Yeah.
And are you awake? It's 3:30. How are you still sleeping? Yeah.
But like I said, I don't care if I get woken up, because the thing, if I get woken up, I can talk to you for an hour or two or 3 or whatever, and then when we're done talking, I can go have a nap.
When we have these kind of chats, it's kind of like we're sitting at the same table. Yeah. That's what it feels like we're sitting at the same table together. And when we don't have them for a week, I get moody. I get depressed. I get like, you didn't get to talk to anybody. You didn't get to get your shit out. You didn't get to... Not everybody, I guess, has that person or those people that they can just reach out to and be like, hey, fuck, man, what a fucking week. So I'm grateful for it. But when I don't have it, I get to be a little bitchy.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's time.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. Because, we do chat, but we don't get an opportunity to dive deep into, the shit that's bothering us that week or...
Yeah, sometimes
stuff that you lay in bed thinking about.
Quick little visit.
Yeah. And I'm like a squirrel. I'm so stressed out.
I mean, we message each other all day, every day, but that's
Yeah.
not the same as
Yeah,
this.
that's true. No, it's not. It's like
No.
just sitting down and chilling with a bestie. Like
Yeah.
there's something to be said about that, and
Oh yeah.
it's good to have.
It's like even if people don't want therapy, I think it's helpful to have a friend that you can talk to about anything, about whatever.
That is
you-
therapy.
Yeah. Well, that's and I think that's how a lot of people in our generation.
You're gonna start
Deal
shooting me an
with.
hourly rate.
No,
You're like, this shit's getting heavy, bitch. I'm thinking like 25 an
No.
hour.
no, that's okay. That's okay.
You're like, send me some keychains, okay?
I am partially trained, but
Yeah,
you know,
I am not.
we'll just be like,
I'm
like
bad.
I'll deal with the mental health stuff, and you can deal with the physical health stuff, and we'll just.
I'll
figure
just
out.
make it all funny. I'll just make it
Yeah.
funny, and then I'll send you all the things I made that were funny to do with it. I'll be like, okay, I just like took this trauma and made it fucking hilarious. Check this out.
Yeah.
Like, this is my way of dealing with it. But
I don't know. I
I gotta go to
know
school.
even why I went to school.
Why not? It's easier to
Yeah, it
ask
was-
that question sometimes.
It's an accomplishment that I'm proud of. I have 2 diplomas.